It's going live right now. It's loading.
I'll follow you guys.
Yeah. Now we're here, and it's us, and we're live. And Matthew's going to see Get Out tonight, and I'm kind of jealous. I'm excited for it. Have you not seen it?
Me? No.
Oh, yeah, because I guess I just
saw it
with Mount.
Back in the day.
Back
when it was in theaters.
Hello. Actually, you might not even be able to see us yet because of an ad. Those that have ad blockers. Yikes. Well, I'm on, but I won't. It's a little blown out. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome. What
Everybody
up?
tells me like I have to stop messing with it. I will literally mess
Yeah,
with
the
like lighting
whole
the entire
time.
time. And
Did
everyone's
you,
like,
everybody.
Did you use your grade card on your white balance?
This is just auto white balancing.
Yeah, I know. Can you believe it?
You don't have a grade card?
I do not have a grade card.
Oh my gosh. And I'm about that grade card.
Are you really? See,
I
my
will-
problem is I run and gun so much that like I'm just like over it.
I have a twisting one.
Bye, Matthew.
And I shot a wedding once where the first time I used the grade card, I shot this wedding.
You changed the
And,
entire day. You went through and like would grade card every location you were at?
Every location. Yep.
No,
it is
fam.
the most,
I
it is the most beautiful footage
see.
I have ever taken.
Skin
Skin tones are so natural. The light is so golden,
Mhm.
and this is on like 6 megabytes per second of like video footage. Like
Yeah.
it's not great footage, but I didn't have to color correct it at all.
See, that's
It was
great.
perfect.
That's wonderful.
And all I did was like, I had it like,
The
I had it in
time
my
that
pocket.
takes.
It's one of those twisting ones. I had it in my pocket, and I would pull it out and I'd throw it on the
Okay.
ground, and I'd take a snap, and then.
That's okay. And did you have like shortcuts set up so that you could easily do that?
No, it's not too hard on the Nikon.
Okay.
It's like it's
Oh.
in the quick menu. So
I think mine's in the quick menu too, but I just never
it's
used
right
it.
there. And then actually you can set multiple ones, but and then anytime I'm shooting on studio lights, I do not trust it because I have 2 lights that are really good. They have a wide spectrum, and then I have one light that has
What
a
lights do you
green
use?
cast.
Because these are trash.
I like these.
No, I
think
just
I
have
have
3 of them.
I think I have newer LED panels that I've
I
had for a long
thought about
time.
updating to panels. I really want to get like an aperture light, just
Yeah,
one
I
big
know, just
blasting and just
120,
just blast it, and then just like only have
make
one
a
light.
smaller one?
Yeah, but
Like
I
a
would
more-
I would need enough power to that I would
Yeah.
need it in a way that would not have where I wouldn't be restricted by the amount of light that it's outputting.
All right, I am posting about this on
Yeah.
my story real quick.
I
wish I had
we
the
got
ability
13
to
13
swipe
folks
up.
here already, y'all. You guys just hanging
Hello,
out.
folks.
Hello. Sorry, I was not paying attention to y'all. So,
Sorry, yeah.
hello.
My bad.
I'm here.
You're
We're
just
so
talking
happy that
about-
you're here.
You're just talking about what were you talking about?
Lights,
Light
yeah.
white balance.
White balance.
Oh,
was
Rose, this is our friend Simeon. He's
Hi.
also our boss.
We don't.
But-
Have, it's fine. You know.
He's
Twin boss.
Twin boss.
Twin boss.
and
He's the
he
boss
is
of TwinSauce.
he works in coffee. He also is a creative. He has a YouTube channel. You guys should check it out. Definitely, he just posted this like bomb. I haven't watched the video yet, but the
You
title.
can't say it's a bomb unless you watch
But
it.
the
Yeah?
title and the
Come on.
thumbnail are on point.
I
So-
mean-
so you can't.
This is
I mean,
true.
you even.
I'm
said
happy.
that.
I'm happy
So,
about it.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm getting better at this.
Yes.
10 videos in.
So he's. How many are you trying to do this year?
50.
50 in a year, and
Yeah.
you're already. 2 months in, and you've got 10. So
Got
that's
10.
a good.
I'm-
That's a
I'm
good
ahead,
start.
And I've got 2 in the barrel, and
Hey, good.
one more that I need to shoot tomorrow. And
Hey.
I mean, yeah.
There you go.
It's rolling. It's fun.
That's awesome. So
Is this guest starring National Latte Championship and 2-time Team USA representation, Simeon Bricker?
yeah. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
That it is. Wow, what an introduction.
Wow. Thank you.
That's Mr. J. Gilbert.
Oh, Jay Gilbert.
Jay
Yeah.
Gilbert.
Thanks, Johnny.
What up?
Yeah.
Welcome.
So, for those of all,
Everyone is like greeting each other in the chat. Hello, everyone. We have Susan.
they're all friends.
All
So
friends.
They're not here for us. They're just here for each
John.
other.
They're here for each other. John is here for you, I think.
JP.
JP.
John 1.0.
Okay, so we do have. We're basically this is an interview of Simeon. So
No, this is just a live stream.
I mean,
where
it's
we're
a live
hanging
stream.
out.
We're hanging out. But
Don't put
like,
pressure on me.
Hey, no pressure. No
And I really
pressure.
don't like the
I
limelight.
don't- Okay.
But we like to put you right in the middle.
Well, we will have a
Sorry,
conversation.
TwinSauce.
Whom? So this is my boss. This is Simeon. He's a 2-time. Well, you're a 1-time national latte art champion. And you are-
our champion runner-up.
Yeah, and then you ended up representing it in world that year.
Both times.
Yes.
Both
No.
times.
Yep.
Both times?
Both times.
Yeah.
Both times. Both times America sent someone, you were the representative.
Yeah.
They've
The
only
only-
sent twice.
Yeah, they sent They sent a guy once. He just like volunteered, and
but it wasn't like based on
Specialty Coffee Association of America was like, yeah, go, and he showed him a tattoo on his arm and was like, I'm gonna pour this, and they were like, you can't do that, and so he was disqualified. But at the same time, my first year when I went to Melbourne, I showed him a picture on my iPad, and then I swiped to the next picture on my iPad for the next pour, and then swiped again, and they were like, no, you can't do that.
Why not?
You have to have a printed image. And I was like, this is a picture that I took this morning. Like, it's right here. But they're like, no, you need a printed image. And I was like, oh,
which is what the girl who won this year Worlds, like, she like posted all of her photos. Yeah. Or, like all her like prints. So it was like a graphic designer made them or something.
So anyway, there was a big learning curve.
Take a Polaroid camera.
Yeah, for me that first year, and then but then getting to go the second year was a lot of fun, and I actually didn't do as well the second year.
But it was funner.
But it was more fun.
More fun.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But that is like, I didn't do as well, not because I didn't know how to do well. I was a better latte artist, but I was in a different space at work. So
well, and you were struggling because I think at that point you talked about in your latte art video where you talked about not having the support that you really needed to go in and do it well, because you didn't have that back the guy who did win had significantly more support from his shop at the time. Yeah.
When I told my work, I said, hey, the gal who won the latte art championship has decided not to go to Worlds, and they have offered it to me, and I'm going to do it. And they were like, we'd like you to ask us. And I was like, okay, so I just told you that I have this opportunity to do this huge thing.
Right.
This great opportunity for me, like a dream sort of thing for me to get to have a second chance to go back and compete.
Which is like
in in a world championship. And
you're telling me
you're like nitpicking. You're like I need your permission for that. No, I don't need your permission for that.
Is that when you?
But like that was their attitude. No, I stayed through that year.
We'll get to that because I want to ask you about your whole journey. But this is one of like the defining factors. That was like a pinnacle.
There was two moments where I was going to do something at no cost to the business, and not even taking time away from work or distracting me from work. And they stepped in and had a problem with it. And actually, in the second time, the second one, they actually said, "No, you can't."
And
they said, "We don't want you." And so
they said you couldn't do Worlds.
No, the second one was an
incident.
It was an SCA. It was the Specialty Coffee Association Expo. Which I was a green coffee buyer.
Yeah.
And it is literally one of the largest gatherings of coffee distributors from all over the world. And I wanted to go and meet them face to face because I emailed with these people on the day.
Yeah, it's a network, man.
And they were like, "Nope, you can't go." Like they actually told me you can't go because they were like, "No, Danny's gonna represent us there this year," and and I was like, I was gonna pay for it all on my own. Like I wasn't asking you guys for money. I was asking you guys like, can I have Friday off so that I can go for 2 days?
Right.
And that was when I realized, like, okay,
you don't have my best interest in mind.
Yeah, I definitely lost.
Oh gosh. Matthew's got some jokes. Matthew says all this coffee talk makes me want some SB.
Starbucks.
What's a Starbucks?
That's my initials. That's why I was like, what?
You want some SB? Hello, Supreme Witch. They call Matthew the Supreme Witch.
Supreme Witch. Fitting.
Well, I missed something. So anyway, we're gonna get started, and I have a couple questions here. But so if people don't know, drink roaster anymore. Preach it.
Yes.
JP.
About to spill the tea.
I need to know who's JP. Who's John?
That is my cousin, twice removed.
Now, have I met this John?
Maybe.
John, have I met you?
We've come through the cafes and in groups before.
Yes. Did he get? Well, wait. Did he get out? If you're gonna say that, I'm gonna be so mad at you. No. Luke will say that about people. He's like, oh yeah,
what's his drink?
That's just the 12-ounce latte, right? Yeah, that's 12-ounce latte right over there. No. He changed to Americano. Learn your customers.
John would just drink black coffee.
But literally, Luke will do that when we're out and about. He'll see people and he's like, oh, that's my sugar-free vanilla over there, and I'm like. Nobody asked you.
No, that's
how you like start like.
That's how you identify customers in the wild.
You identify them like, oh, that's. You remember her? Vanilla with oat milk.
It's like teachers, you know.
I guess that's true.
Oh, that's AP 101.
AP 101.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, AP 101. That's AP 101. You can hold you up for them. strong mug game with the whole TwinSauce crew. So right now, a coworker of mine, well, of all of us, is Joy made that for me, so we're happy about that.
Joy
coming in clutch.
Much wow.
And much wow. And then this is
she made us the second one.
That's Matthew's mug, my roommate's, but my Disney mug.
I actually
Matthew's
love this
Disney
mug.
mug.
It's like the
and
right
then this
size.
is Perk
for hot chocolate
from Savannah, Georgia. We should actually try to get
their roast is good. They're good roasters.
I feel like
I've had Perk and
you have?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was your thoughts? Seen them around.
Not good.
It was coffee, so I was into it.
Yeah, you were into it. Yeah. I mean, it was coffee.
I mean, but there's like coffee out there that you're like.
I might reach out to them. Also,
did you? But I think
most
people
talk. But Onyx reached out, and I told them to send us samples.
Oh, so did I.
Okay.
From Onyx?
Did you email them?
Bear?
Well, if they send us if they send us 2 samples.
So Bear on his personal account messaged me on his personal account, and then he messaged me on their corporate account, and then he said I sent an email as well.
And then he sent an email to my work email from a previous conversation we had, and to the website.
He really wants
email,
you guys
and
to,
from the
to
original
carry.
splitlogcoffeeco@gmail.com.
He was not gonna miss you.
So he's in 3 emails.
Yes. And 2 Instagram messages.
Yeah. I just was talking to him, and I was like, "So did you send me this message also on the Onyx account?" And he goes, "Yeah, that was me twice. I forgot that was on my personal one." I was like, "Same, me all the time." Anyway,
all the time.
Sorry.
Wait,
so,
John. JP said you should ask me about the dramatic audio recording of an article that was written describing him making latte art. It'll make you quiver.
Wait, what?
I want to know about this now.
So after winning a national championship, people want to like interview you for like articles and news events and stuff, which I was totally all for. But and I met some awesome like journalists and stuff. But there was one gal who really like romanticized the whole thing,
the process,
a lot in her writings, and like kind of eloquently went on about lattes and what they could be and their beauty and things like that. And so
but like
there's
in
an
a
article.
Bad way?
No. The article is great.
Here, cover your face for a second. Yeah, Luke, cover your face.
There,
you have to like.
There we go. Who says you have to grow up? Somebody asked what your mug says. I guess I could have just said it out loud.
Okay, never mind.
You
now.
Never do a Georgia accent ever again.
You don't know what you're asking.
You don't know what you're asking. I say now, thanks. The article was 50 Shades of Grey. But it was really cringy.
No, it wasn't cringy. I didn't. But the way that John interpreted it was cringy.
Okay.
And
called out
in his unique creative way. He added a
little element of.
I mean, I could dig real deep and find it.
He's pretty creative. So. SB is named after Simeon Bricker.
Oh, okay.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah. Okay. It works. I thought she was calling me a tard, but I was just my B and the D was backwards.
I did too. I thought the same thing when I saw it. And then I was like, Starbucks? Oh, Starbucks. Oh. He said,
this is not the team.
Lies, Johnny Griggs has to say.
Oh my gosh.
It's not the team. Well, Simeon, start at the beginning because I don't actually know the story that you, like, where did you start? Like, what was your first job in coffee? Like, what were you interested prior to that in coffee, or was it just a job at the beginning?
No, yeah, I got into chai lattes when I was like 16, started college. Did not like coffee at all.
Yeah.
Mostly because
where was your go-to spot for a chai latte?
Well, there's a coffee shop next to the college that I was attending.
Right. Gusto?
Yeah. Yeah. At the time, it was JP Coffee, and then
that was before it was Gusto. Yeah, it got sold.
Yeah. So when I turned 21, I guess. Okay. When I turned 20, when I was 20, going on 21, that's when I started in coffee at that shop. But it had been repossessed by the bank and was then Longview Coffee.
Okay.
And it was like
so there was Longview Coffee. I do actually remember this.
What year was this? Coffee, and then it went to Longview Coffee, and then the bank finally sold it like a year later.
One of my best friends and my my best friends, and then also my ex-girlfriend lived in that area. Actually, over by where you live now.
Yeah.
And then, but we used to go through that little area.
I love that area.
I didn't ever go to college.
It's super cute.
It's fun. I love that area, but
I've never been to that coffee shop. I literally walked past it so many times.
When we first moved into New Longview, which is the area that it's in, so we could walk to the shop. So we walked there one Sunday morning, and we ordered coffees, and it's self-serve. It's like old school cafe style. Like, so you get a cup, and then you go out, and they have like carafes.
Yeah.
Well, I knew based on the carafes readouts like how old all the coffees were.
Oh no.
And I was like, well, this is the least old coffee, so I'll go with that. And I took that coffee, and Ann took some, and we sat down, and we talked for a bit, and then we took Annie, my wife, and we took a sip, and we were like, yeah. And we left, and we drove to another coffee shop, and we threw those away. Like, we just threw them away.
Oh.
And we lived there for a year and never went back.
You know, that is the testament though to I think I guess what is important that the quality is, and especially like heat or like the time is so important.
Well, yeah, they were 4 hours. Some of them were 4 hours old.
4?
Yeah.
And they didn't
half of them were empty. The rest of them were old. One of them was
yoked.
2 hours.
We let ours sit for a maximum of an hour and a half, and then we'll actually dump them.
There's such a notable difference because so much of what you sense in coffee is aromas, and they're volatile. So as temperature changes and as steam comes off the top of the coffee, those aromatics leave, and so you do not have that flavor. That it's not the same flavor after
because of the aromatics.
Even 20 minutes. Like you would have the same cup of coffee. So
just huge. So you started at Gusto. Well, it wasn't Gusto at the time. It's Longview Coffee.
Longview Coffee. Yep.
Wait, so you started working there after this experience?
No.
Oh, this is different.
Well, this is when he moved back.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
So that's when I moved back.
Also,
so when I started working there, I was still in college at Longview, MCC, and so it was convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Work was here, school was right next door, and I lived down the street at my grandparents'. So that was nice. I actually had this nice little bubble that my world was in, pretty much, and I spent all my time there. And Longview
was before you were married, so yeah.
And Longview was, of course, at the time owned by the bank, and the bank literally told the manager, "Don't change anything. Just
do it.
Just keep it exactly the same." So nothing ever happened. And it never grew, and it never really had to make money. You just had to keep it staffed and keep it running. Like it just had
the bank just threw money at it.
It had to be open. That's all it had to do.
Because in New Longview, there isn't anything. There's not a whole lot.
And at the time, I mean, this was 10 years ago.
Oh, there's really nothing.
Nothing. Like there's houses there. There's tons of new houses there.
Yeah, in that area.
Did you have a consistent customer flow?
So I worked the closing shift. We were open till like 10 o'clock, and
at night.
Yes. And we had students. We'd have 2 or 3 people come in. One of them happened to be my wife. She would regularly come in.
Oh, that's where you met.
She fell in love with the barista. There. No, she did not.
Oh, you fell in love with the customer?
We didn't fall in love until long later.
Crush.
It took some work, from my part to convince her.
Oh yeah, but you were, the barista that she just saw.
If you look here, it takes some real charm to convince someone to
stop.
To see through.
You're charming.
To see through
it,
yeah.
Okay. Oh.
She might be watching, but maybe not.
Oop. Rose says, "Poor twins. They had to hear the coffee was thrown away." LOL. You know how I love my coffee. So anyway, you were there, and then what made you make the switch to the roastery? And was the roastery? Did you go? Which location did you go to?
So I was only there for a year. I had actually worked summer missions with the North American Mission Board. That summer, I came back, got the job there, graduated, went back with my associate's degree.
Right.
So I was 21 at the time. Went back, did another summer of missions. So it was 10 weeks gone. Came back and.
Was that your plan? Was it going to missions? Was that an idea?
No,
or just an opportunity that kept representing yourself?
I did 3 years with the North American Mission Board over summers.
Which is cool.
And it was the best experience.
That was Canada? You told me a little bit about
No, it was all over the U.S. It was each year we had 8 projects that we would do. And they were all in different cities, and they were week long. And then we had a week in the middle, and we had 2 weeks on either side of it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so it was a blast. And you had
see a lot of the
you traveled with 3 people, you had all this gear and stuff. And my job was to make a video every week. That is literally what I was doing.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Why didn't I know about this? I needed to do this.
I don't know. Yeah. So I was an audiovisual technician.
Did they pay you or no?
Yeah. Yeah, it was paid. So you had...
Freaking heck. I wasted so much time.
Per diem. You had per diem, and then you had a weekly...
budget or
pay.
Right.
Yeah. So you had... Yeah. But But I had the credit card one year. I had a team where
I did say that you were constantly distracting her from studying, so.
Yeah, I threw ice at her once, and she gave me a real good look.
Oh!
It was.
He was
happy. She did not like to be distracted.
He was happy.
I was like, I got her attention.
I got her attention. Reaching, grasping for straws, you know. She gave you a nasty look, and you're like, yes. She looked at me.
Funny thing about that is it was that reaction, and she thought, oh no, I think he thinks that I'm mean. So the next, like a week later, she's like, I need to go talk to him and like,
make sure he knows I'm not mean.
Make sure he knows that I'm not mean. And well, I had just gotten back from my missions, and she had just gotten back from a mission trip to Africa.
Okay.
Wow. South Africa.
Yes.
And so we just ended up chatting about that for a long time, and it was fun. The rest is history.
Is that the first time you really hung out or talked?
That was the first time we talked, though.
Okay.
And it's
than, like,
funny thinking back because I genuinely was just like really interested in our kind of similar experiences that we'd just been through and sharing them with each other, and just it was such a natural conversation and just such a friendly exchange.
It wasn't like you were thinking about all this pressure or any. It wasn't like this like magic moment. It was more like we're actually just genuinely interested in the same thing. It's like me whenever you guys want to go to the cafe. Wait. You have a personality? You have something I can connect with you on? Let's connect.
I was studying French, and she was telling me about how she was interested in traveling to different parts of Europe and stuff, and
shared interest.
It was great. It was great. So after months and months of friendship, that changed. That all came.
Yeah. When did you? I guess we can get to that too. But I do want to hear more about your coffee journey. But this is all very interesting. we keep getting sidetracked, Paul. That's part. I do enjoy a good love story in the middle.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
I have a video planned for that.
See? Hurry up. So we can't tell everything. We can't tell all the details. Give you a little save
that big. More to come. Anne will die.
She's probably like, oh no.
I call her Anne. Her name is Annie, or her name is Anne, but everyone calls her Annie. I call her Anne because it's a decibel or a syllable shorter.
Yeah, so it's nice and short.
Yeah.
Rose says, does Simeon make latte art in his morning coffee out of habit?
There's not really a moment where I don't pour latte art when I'm pouring a latte.
Yeah.
I don't drink lattes much in the mornings. But from time to time,
they're kind of heavy. In the afternoon.
Well, I just don't drink a lot of milk.
Yeah.
The most milk I have is when I have cereal at 10:30 at night. So
that's my favorite time to have cereal. JP says Simi doesn't actually drink coffee as much as he used to.
That's sort of true.
Actually kind of true. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah. Annie. Oh boy. Oh boy. So anyway, you were there for a year.
So I did a year.
Did you graduate then?
Did a year at Gusto. I was done at MCC. I worked at NAM over the summer, and when I came back, I was I was going to go to UMKC.
Right.
So I was going to be downtown now for school.
So you're like, I don't want to work in Longview and go to school downtown. So.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to go back because they had installed, right before I left, they had installed Froyo machines in the cafe.
Yeah, I hate that.
And it was just, the vibe was different. So I was kind of done with that one. But one of my coworkers from Gusto was then working at the roastery in Brookside.
Oh, nice.
And
this just gives me hope for my coffee journey.
Yeah.
Because I had really rough beginnings. Paul, so it's like, fine.
I got in trouble for trying to do latte art at Gusto, but the manager in charge of telling me not to was like, yeah, don't do this on the regular, but let me show you how to do it so that you know.
So later.
So so that you can work on it on your own.
Was that manager like good?
Yeah, he was great.
Oh, okay, so why didn't he want you to pour art? Because it was just level of quality across the board.
No, I was genuinely messing up people's drinks trying stuff and still serving them because I didn't know. I was like royally messing up people's drinks, and I had no clue because I didn't even drink coffee at the time.
Yeah.
But I was making cool patterns on the top, and I thought it was fun.
How are you royally messing up people's drinks? Just like burning the milk and stuff?
Like my milk texture wasn't great, and temperature would be off, and sometimes it would just take too long. And sometimes I would like hold some of the espresso back, and then I would use it to like etch on top of the cup and stuff like that. And
so
then there's not all the espresso in the coffee, and it's.
And you didn't know what you were doing. You were just trying stuff because you'd seen stuff.
Yeah, I'd seen stuff online, and I was like, I want to learn how to do that. And so I was experimenting, and I had no clue. And then so once my manager showed me how, I would make myself a vanilla latte. I wasn't even really enjoying them a lot, but I wanted to make a latte every day for myself so that I could practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I got to the roastery,
that's like a whole community of people.
Yeah, and they had milk training. Like they actually had days where you were dedicated to pulling shots, and then they had days for milk. And I remember when they trained me on milk, they were like, "Oh, good, you know a little bit about what you're doing." And then they were able to like show me a little bit more and get me started on it there. And then at the roastery, every drink has latte art.
Right.
Every single drink, you serve it without the lid so that people can see it. So it's just kind of a sign of their quality. So then going from this other cafe where we had 0 customers at night, we'd have 3 to 5 customers come through from 6 to 10 o'clock. And then at the roastery where we would have like 200, 300 between 7 and 10:30 in the morning. And
were you working mornings now? Even though you had classes, but you were
I had mixed. My classes mixed up.
Over.
But like Saturday mornings, you get on the bar and you just steam milk and pour and steam milk and pour for hours straight.
Which was great. I mean, that's like how I learned.
It's what we do. It's what we do at
Strawberry Hill.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're feeling things. I was telling Paul that. I said, really? Paul's like, I mean, what am I like? I was like, well, I mean, it's just like, you just feel it. And Paul's like, I don't know how to just feel it. I was like, Della was giving me some really good pointers the other day, so that's good.
Helpful.
And you were like, I need like specific things, like when you're pouring, don't pour this part of the cup, pour this part because. And then she was explaining like how the milk. Well, actually, she explained it to Katie, and then Katie explained it to me. But how like if you pour certain parts of the cup, it'll like come up, it'll come back up to the top, and then you see that muddled. And I was like, well, I've been doing that for like months. So it's like that would have been nice to know months ago, but yes, now I know. You have to figure out, and that's also trial and error too. And when you're pouring all the time.
Oh yeah, well, and pouring for
and when you were like able to do it, like at the roastery, where you've passed their milk certification, so you're doing something on the top of every drink. That gives you freedom to like experiment with new things and try new things and to do things, and which is so great. That's why I love what we do.
Yeah, at the roastery, the turnover was so high, so the people who trained me, I mean, like you would expect every 6 months for someone to leave. So
you were able to move up.
Within 6 months, I was the person then that was relied on to steam. I was the fastest at it. I was the most consistent at it, and so.
Yeah, so then you were pouring everything.
So I was, so when I got there in the mornings, we'd open, and then we'd have 8 baristas. And we have 2 on register, 2 on runners, and 3 on the espresso machines.
And one of you
and then we'd have another one who was just like cleaning dishes and running milks and stocking and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So 2 of us would steam milk, but one of us was just like the hot chocolates and chais, and the other one was the espresso. And so I would either pull shots of espresso or steam, depending on who was there with me to help
balance that out. And that's where you really were able to like come up into the scene.
Yeah, you hone those skills. And then as soon as the rush is over, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna go wash dishes. You guys take over this. And
I need to like relax.
I'm
sure your brain was like done.
But that was great. So I did that through the rest of my college career. So another 2 years through UMKC, graduated, and then they offered me a position to be their coffee educator.
Right. Which didn't Courtney end up doing that?
Courtney ended up taking that over.
Sorry, I'm throwing names out that nobody else would know. But
Courtney, another one of our coworkers at Split Log Now, took over educator.
After
I left.
Oh, wow.
She was actually like a certified teacher, so she knew how to create a curriculum and like establish like a program. Whereas I was like, I just show up and like I show you what I do, you know, and I could break things down and show and teach people pretty well, but I didn't have the structure to it that she brought to that role, which was great for her. So
that's awesome.
It was a good fit for her. Good. She was enjoying that, and so I was an educator, though, for about a year before I stepped into a quality control position where I was overseeing the roasting.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
You're hoping to do that soon, right? Or not really?
Yeah.
You guys are trying to. I know eventually. It is always... Not quality control. He would be doing
No. I mean, you would be roasting.
I would actually be roasting, in that position at the roastery because, they do like 1 million pounds of coffee every year. Yeah. So it's a huge operation. So there was actually a production roaster, but I would taste all the coffees and then I would say, hey, this coffee needs to change to this, to this, to that. And I had a green coffee buyer who showed me the ropes on that and taught me how to do all of that and stuff.
So then did your palate and like your love for black coffees for different your passion for coffee in essence didn't start at Gusto. It really maybe it started at Gusto a little bit, but it really at the roastery was where you honed a lot of that skill with your palate and learning how to taste the things. And you talk about a guy who would pull a good shot and be like, this is what you wanted it to taste like when he was dialing in. That was a story you told me one morning when we were working, but like stuff like that was at the roastery. That was, and I mean obviously that's where it led to then you being able to taste everything and being able to be like, this coffee needs to do this, and
right. Yeah.
Because right now, sometimes you ask me, you're like, I'll taste things. I'm like, oh, I know that's not good. And I know that's better. And I know that tastes really good. But I don't know why. Me and Katie opened one morning, and me and Katie are like the newest people to our staff, and probably the youngest tasters. So like we were trying to dial in.
I believe in you both.
Katie actually has a good palate, but Katie's just not confident. She's not confident, and I don't know. Katie, I literally do not know how to. Dial good. In. I don't know how to dial in. So we got there, and I was like, and Katie started brewing coffee. I was like, Katie, nah, I'm gonna brew coffee. You've got to dial in because I don't know how to start over there. And she was like, she looked at me like just terror, and I was like, Katie. Like she's like I know what. Yes, I know what I'm doing. I was like, yes,
I've helped her multiple times, and she does a good job.
No, she does.
She continues a lot of one-on-one time with her.
Yeah,
she's great though.
I love her so much.
Really,
but I felt bad for her because the grinder was at 60 degrees when we start, and then like it doesn't get up there, and then as it's getting up there, she's like, dang it,
it's changing.
Dang it.
Yeah, well, that grinder specifically will obviously just fluctuate all the time. You have to really like it is an
art form of dialing it in,
and that's really good. I think that's actually.
Did I tell you about that day? I'm not gonna get this. This is sidetracked.
Paul dumped a whole pitcher
of hot milk on myself.
I bought a $240 pair of Baldwin denim jeans.
Oh no! And then spilled milk on them.
Spilled a whole pitcher of milk on them like the first day that I wore them to the roastery.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
that's like
I was like, what do I do? And my denim coach.
Your denim coach.
Who was actually my previous manager from Gusto was like, just wear them. That's all he said. Like, yeah, just gotta wear them.
So
I didn't wash them at all. I didn't do anything.
I literally
just patted them dry. Oh. Well, they were so fresh. Like if I had, you're not supposed to. I could have washed them. But
you're not supposed to.
Do they smell bad?
No.
Denim absorbs so much, and then
but when the milk spoils in the pants, doesn't it smell bad?
Yeah, I had a wet rag though. I mean, I sopped it up, and then I
See, my whole situation was we were here. Katie, we're rushing. The rush had just started, right? First, like
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning's been like dead. Then all of a sudden, first car comes up. Katie like rings on. Is like, we got a line, and then so that just our cue to book it. Yeah. So then we're getting milk ready. Steaming it, got our shots working, just chatting for a minute, and then set it down. We're cleaning the wand. I don't think we don't even to this day neither of us knows exactly what caught the picture, but something caught the picture. It was my hand. Something attached to this hand came off, and it just went right down the pants, on my jacket.
I've had that happen so many times.
All up, and then it's all over the floor too, and it got into Katie's shoe because she was standing right next to me. So then all day, we didn't have time at that point to clean up. So like you just wiped it down as best you can and keep moving, and it was just
happy birthday, Zach.
So oh gosh,
happy birthday, Zach.
It was a day and a half.
22.
It was a day and a half. Paul came home and was just like, I have to take a shower. I was like, I have to take a shower. You feel because
with your jeans on.
Yeah. I'm gonna go shower in jeans. No, but luckily they were black jeans, and I had a jacket that was zipped up high enough that it splashed all over the jacket, and so I was able to take the jacket off, and nobody could tell. Customer wise, it didn't look like I wet myself because it would have if I was wearing regular jeans.
The roastery. Sorry, it's okay. No, that's fine. It's fun.
What a
tangent.
Day.
Also, tangents all around because I think those are really fun. Stories about milk spilling. I told Paul. Paul told me that story, and I said, at least it wasn't half and half. And then I proceed to tell him a story of Della pouring half and half all over herself and the floor, and that taking days. We still were cleaning it up days later.
I'm so glad it wasn't half and half.
Because milk is so much easier to clean up. Yeah, half and half is just leaves such a residue. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you were at the roastery, and then we talked a little bit earlier in the live stream about how you competed while at the roastery. That was when you did both.
Yeah. So when I took over as the coffee educator, like part of the thing that I told them was like, hey, I would love to represent you in competition.
Right.
Like I know you've done it in the past, and you haven't had a competitor for a while. I would love to be that competitor for you guys.
For the roastery.
For the roastery.
Okay.
And they were like, yeah, that'd be great. So I said, I'll take it as a learning opportunity for me to grow. That way I can share what I learn, Right. So that year, 2013, I competed in my first barista competition with like zero idea of what I was doing. I did have a
barista competition is like now it's even bigger, but like then it was still a big deal.
Well, and it's funny, that was 2013, so that was the year Pete Licata, who was also a Kansas City local native, and he competed here. He may have been.
He talked a little bit about it at what point. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, I competed against Pete in my first ever barista competition.
Wow.
Of course, Pete won. Pete went on to win Boston, and then he went on to win Worlds. So.
Yay, KZ. Although you were competing against him, that's hard.
No, I was totally fine with it. It was my first competition. I was just happy that I got through it.
Did you go to qualifiers? What all did you do?
So the qualifier events that they hold now were at the time actually just regional events. So there was what they called Big Central, which was the North Central and the South Central regions, and we were in the North Central. So.
That makes sense. Okay, so you went to the North Central, wherever that was.
It was here in Kansas City.
Oh, it was here. Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you were able to compete. And then did you get past that round?
No.
No, you just represented.
I did pretty poorly.
Okay. Good night, Zach. Thanks for hanging out with us for a
minute.
Have a good birthday. Sleep well. Mariah said that her favorite thing in the cafe was when her employees would break things or make mistakes, and they'd feel terrible about it. But she's just like, "It's fine.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal."
We've got like 60 of other cups out in the
Yep. Yeah. Right.
Storage. So
just
go grab one.
Go grab another one.
Yeah, that's like
because that's just
you
part
just
of
have
it.
to plan it. That's in the budget. Yeah, you have to know.
So anyway, for us, it wasn't necessarily that we spilled milk. It was that we couldn't clean. Like
couldn't clean it up.
You walk in it. Like you just walk in it.
Sort of roll around in your filth. That's great.
Yeah.
A little pigsty.
Yeah.
A little pigsty back there.
And then we just
y'all come to Split Log now.
Sorry, gross. No, we actually keep a pretty tight ship most of the time.
That's right.
It's when you have a situation you can't control.
You better, he said.
That's right.
We do. Paul, stop talking.
No, so you competed. That was the first year, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Did you want a LaCroix?
I need a LaCroix.
Sure.
Okay. Sure. You then moved on to, you did barista every year? Or did you just do barista that year and then 14 and 15 you did latte art? Or did you do both?
No, yeah, I did barista that year, and then the next year for the Big Central, I did barista and Brewer's Cup together.
Oh my god. But then also, latte art was separate.
And then, so I did so poorly at barista and brewers that I didn't move on to nationals.
There's a cranberry that's a peach one.
Whichever you prefer.
Or a peach pear.
I don't care.
I'm going to take the cranberry.
That's what I brought up.
I like it.
So yeah, I didn't make it past Big Central that year, but I did know that the Latte Art Championship was coming. So
and you're like, I can do that.
I just shifted gears. I was like, I'm gonna go towards that. And
so 2014, you didn't do well in either Brewers Cup or.
I did all right in Brewers Cup. So the top 6 would get to move past the first round in Brewers Cup, and I was 7th.
Okay. Rose, you said you could never survive a coffee shop job. That's not true. You could do it. You could absolutely do a fine job. And I know you well, and we've traveled, and you would be fine. You're fine.
Ryan, what do you mean? Latte art is part of the being.
I would probably just spill drinks all the time.
I think
that happens like that. You know, honestly, that it's an art form, but you learn how to do it. And we work in such a small space. Most cafes are this way, but it's such a small space that you really do. You don't have too far to move them. You know, like when you make them, it's not like you're like running across the cafe to like. Yeah, there's like an art to it, but
there's an art to it, but it's pretty robotic at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It is the same motions over and over again.
And the things that he's talking about doing are not by any means a requirement for baristas. It's something fun and some people don't think it's fun. What? Like the barista competitions and Brewers Cup, which is like a brewing competition, or
that's actually a great idea.
what's the other one? Oh, and then the latte art competition. Those are all literally things that you could just do. Typically, they're more for prestige than anything else and representation.
It's not true. They're to push the industry forward.
This is true.
It's about
actually
about innovation and inspiration.
That's true. I think they get a rap for being just something fun too.
Oh,
although Jerry and Giselle both were like, "It's fun. Like it's fun. Just do it." And
it is fun.
What you just said though was way more inspiring. Like it pushes the industry forward. It pushes the glow. I'm like, that is making me want to do that way more.
That's the goal for it. If your employer asks you like, "What good is that for us?"
Right.
Like, look, we can be leaders or we can be followers.
Yeah.
And this is one way for us to be on a stage in front of people's eyes and saying, "Hey, this is how we do coffee right."
And it gets you on a stage that says, "I represent this coffee shop," which is marketing.
Marketing to an extent to coffee people. That's the thing.
That's true. Coffee shops to coffee people. Interesting. But when I travel, that's what I look for.
Yeah.
But
you're in coffee.
But you're in coffee, and if you think about sales, like marketing is only as effective as your sales that come with that marketing, right? So when you market, you're marketing to make more sales. But if you market to a coffee community that's nationwide, those people are going to come to your shop once. Mariah said latte art is a part of barista, right? Yes and absolutely not. Well, yes, in the fact that there is a barista that is poured in barista. Like, so barista champs you the first round. You're going to do a shot and a cappuccino. So you will pour. I thought you were asking if it's part of being a barista. And I was like, well, yes, but not really. But like, it's what I think she's talking about is a part of barista.
Barista competition. It is the minuscule
very small point. Yeah.
When you compare it to just your espresso sensory score, which makes up 40% of your total score.
Focus on that shot.
You can get like maybe half a point for latte art as being your overall impression.
You pour a very regular.
You pour very casual heart or tulip in it and
call it a day.
Or if you're risky, you can do a Rosetta. But yeah, you don't try to impress anybody with your latte art. I did put that into one of my presentations actually though, because the theme was enhancing the experience, and I was talking about the way that latte art enhances the experience. But I didn't associate it with the flavor of the cappuccino, so it missed and did not.
Oh, it didn't land.
Yeah, I didn't round off the idea back to the coffee that I was serving, and so I talked about it and I focused on it, but it literally got me nothing. So.
Yeah. It literally could have been left out.
Yeah.
So actually, I think to your score.
Yeah.
Simeon has some really good videos on his channel about the latte art championships, and I think that you are planning to do more stuff about barista. And you have one. You just came out about barista. One that came out recently about barista. Because
I did a Nashville.
Coffee was in, and I like screenshotted her back, and I like sent you a picture, and I said, "Do you know who this is? She's famous on TikTok." And you're like, "Oh, sorry. If I wasn't so shy, I'd probably talk to these people."
Yeah.
I was like,
it's
"Come
true.
on." Yeah. No, but it's really fun. You probably would have talked to her, and she'd been like, "I do these things online," and you're like, "Oh, me too." And she's like, "I have 7.0."
Everyone in coffee's so chill, and
I know she's super chill,
down to earth. So yeah, and like when you are at these events, like everybody gets along. It's not hard to meet amazing people. But it's also
are there stuck-up people?
Someone. Yes, yeah, they're
because like some baristas, the baristas that drive me the most crazy. Like when I walk into a shop, and the minute you let on that you know anything. Like anything at all, they go from being really customer oriented to being the snootiest pieces of not nice words, and I'm just like, listen, like, I'm still a customer. I'm still here paying. Well, I have a specific shop that I'm thinking of, guys.
Australians are notoriously bad.
Really?
About this.
Who is? Australians. I'm not surprised because they're usually
they think that their coffee is the best in the world, and some of it is really exceptional, and they are big into it.
Mariah said she knew that the components of the barista competition. I didn't realize that latte art was separate. It was like a separate. Yeah, there's two separate competitions, and it's the USCC that puts on, or it's the SCA
the Specialty Coffee Association. There used to be a Specialty Coffee Association of America, SCAA, and then it joined with the European Specialty Coffee Association,
which is now the SCA.
So yeah, this global coffee company came out as SCA.
Hannah peeks into the chat. tea? And then, don't mind me, because she likes tea. Doesn't drink coffee. Tea? Anyway, so back to what you were saying, though.
So yeah, now the U.S. Coffee Champs, USCC, is a kind of a category of SCA, which is a global organization.
Right.
So,
yeah. But then, who does the latte art competition? Is that still the SCA?
It is, yeah. So actually, all the competitions worldwide are put on by World Coffee Events.
Oh.
So SCA is a non-for-profit. So is World Coffee Events, I think.
Oh, okay.
They have a way of
writing everything off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but World Coffee Events is actually the organization that's putting together those.
Oh, okay.
It is also SCA, so it's one and the same. But yeah.
Right. But it is two separate competitions. Latte art is a completely separate competition from the Barista Champs, which is. But then there's also like Brewers Cup is also separate, but they tend to happen at the same time.
Yeah.
And then, so there's three.
Barista is the oldest and the biggest,
and the one that you've done, but didn't get very far.
I got to nationals.
Oh, you did get nationals.
I did.
That's not the one you got seventh.
2 years ago.
That was
that was Brewers.
Before I knew you.
I did Brewers once, and was like, yeah, no, that's not for me. Brewers is very chill, not very exciting.
And Brewers is not what's
information. It's very information forward.
Sure. What's Giselle doing right now? What's that Barista?
It's very innovative. And
that's Barista. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Barista's like.
I like Barista.
There's a lot. There's a lot that happens.
I'm so happy you're here. She's from Australia. Becky! Simeon just said that Australians are really snooty about coffee.
Oh,
no. Actually, what he said though is that they think. No. Listen, this is what he said. He said that Australians think they have the best coffee, and he said some of it is very exceptional.
It is. I mean, a lot of it.
That was the tea.
A lot of it is very good. Yeah. However, their attitude sucks.
Australians are definitely snooty about coffee.
Yeah. They're not afraid of it.
And Becky, you don't even like coffee, right? Oh, she's Rose asked, so what's Simeon's favorite place for the best coffee?
Coffee company. Yeah, this place in KC.
Called Split Log.
Split Log.
Wow, we're a little bit biased, but it's fine.
I don't know. I think for me,
is there
like
a place in the world?
Favorite. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely experiences that you have when you travel places,
right?
Where we get to be in certain environments that really help,
right?
The coffee. As far as coffee tasting goes, I mean, there's people who really put the effort into the cup. So like La Colombe is a company that comes to mind, for instance, but they have a ton of cafes all along the East Coast. From Washington to New York and Boston. La Colombe.
La Colombe. I don't think I've ever been to one of those.
Yeah, they will do crazy things, and it's amazing what they'll do with coffee. So I like going places where I can see the intentionality of what they're doing with coffees. For instance, I had a coffee at La Colombe once that was brewed with such a high ratio of coffee to water. So it really felt and looked like tea. It was just a light brown color. And I said, why did they brew this so light? But you drank it and you realized that like they had nuanced the sweetness to be this wonderful, like fragrant bouquet of flowers. And like
I want to try this.
It was so good, and they had done it so well. And so I then realized like, oh, this coffee needs this ratio. This coffee can handle this ratio. They've roasted it and prepared it in a way that really highlights that sweetness.
La Colombe did all the roasting and everything, so
they had intentionally crafted this cup experience.
Let's go. BRB on my way.
So, but not nearly my favorite place to go to get coffee. Not a must-have, but a solid option if you want to get coffee. Blue Bottle is always a wonderful experience to get coffee.
I've only been to one Blue Bottle.
Yeah.
In California.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to the one at Harvard.
I just recently got an ad for them, and I was like,
if you're ever,
I just need to copy whatever they're doing.
They're intentionality level. Again. It goes back to like intentionality, like the things that they do to craft their experiences just in the cup. They don't. That's not the flares and the bells and whistles.
Which they have a whole experience.
Whereas
you walk in and it's an experience.
Yeah. It's Apple-esque.
Yes.
You know,
very much so. White walls.
It makes you realize. It makes you focus on what they want you to focus on, but it shows in the cup. So it's great. It's not like coffee cocktails or.
It's not like Felix, where they like it in New York, where it's like. It's still, I mean, they'll do a really good cup of coffee, but their focus is like tourists and like making a really pretty fancy.
When they're in Manhattan, like that, that absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, it sells to their clientele.
And
they're right off.
That is,
I want to guest. I want to be cool enough someday to guest barista there. You said you're going to guest barista, and I said if you guest barista there, I just want to come be like.
I'm gonna vlog about it.
Hello,
I'm gonna come vlog for you.
Can I come vlog you?
I'll pay my own way. I will come.
They were so chill too, and they didn't even know who we were.
They were nice to us.
They were really nice to us.
I should contact Reagan. We were talking about going to New York.
Oh, you should
do it.
Man, I always said. I told Matthew.
What's Annie talking about?
About coffee. Favorite place to get coffee. And she said London.
Dude,
London.
okay, Evan. I want to tell you something about Simeon. Sorry.
Well, could I finish one thing about going back to an environment affecting a cup of coffee? My favorite place to get a coffee, and it is probably the worst coffee that I will drink. But if you go to a cafe in Paris, anywhere in Paris, you can get a coffee. You can sit on the sidewalk at a table for as long as you want and watch whatever is happening. And that is that is my favorite experience.
Harry!
So
Evan said, have you guys ever heard of a black cup of coffee? Now, one thing that you need to know is that the three of us don't generally drink. I mean,
anything but
a black cup of coffee.
I will occasionally have a
but good coffee.
Black cup coffee.
That's a brand though.
Are we talking about? I thought you were talking about a black cup of coffee. I misread that. I'm Googling it right now. I have
Mariah says yes. So apparently
they are
more something than I know of.
Alaska.
I have not heard of this. Do they have
look at that gluten-free blueberry muffin.
Do they send?
Luke, you're a real gluten-free blueberry.
I'm a real gluten. You know, those are my favorite.
Gluten-free blueberry muffins.
Yeah. Heck yeah. No, black coffee is a brand. Yes. Whoops.
Okay.
I have not heard of that.
I've not heard.
But Simeon, let me just tell you how funny this whole situation is that we got through this question. Oh, she's going.
Right.
I was saying
questions are just there so we don't run out of things to talk
That's true, but I had a lot of things on here I wanted to
know
about.
It.
Well, we have,
but I wanted there was other things I wanted to know about you.
It's at 52, so we technically have 8 minutes. Well, we could go late if we want to, but it's local for me. Oh, that's right, because you're in Alaska. We can just do this again. We can do part 2.
Or we can just do a whole vlog on it.
Yes.
Let's just do that.
We'll do a podcast.
No, we should just do like a vlog of going to all the cafes and then like talking about.
See, I want to do.
Coffee
I do want to do that. And I want to highlight like my top 10 coffee shops in the city.
Like who's Jerry Steinfeld who does coffee and cars with.
Yes, coffee and cars with cars and coffee with. Comedians
and cars and cars or something like that. Yeah, we should do like an episode of that like style.
Oh, people are already saying they want top 10 places. Coffee places.
Yeah, we could do that. Or just go sit down and set up.
Oh, Evan said it's local. He said it's local for me and it's great.
Yeah, because he's in Alaska.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Nice.
Evan knew Steven when Steven was up. My brother was up in Alaska.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
I knew one person who worked in coffee in Alaska. His name is Brian. I met him once at a competition. Follow him on Instagram.
Best friends. BFFs.
Have you ever heard? This is so funny. No one's asking this question. I just was hoping somebody would. But what are your thoughts on Black Rifle coffee?
Black Rifle coffee?
Isn't that the one that does the insane amount of caffeine in a cup of coffee or whatever?
Yeah. So there's a lot of brands that will claim to have a high concentration of caffeine in their coffee.
Purely psychological.
Yeah, they are.
It really is.
So it is.
You can trick yourself.
It is a marketing tactic. People will buy into that. They can't really prove that there's enough caffeine in any single cup of coffee to get you through, a few hours of work and get you to really focus and stuff. There's no reason to have extra loaded caffeine.
Well,
but it's a marketing ploy.
I think it's a marketing ploy because so many people are running to these energy drinks that have on the side, they have so many grams or whatever of caffeine. And I was talking to some guy at church, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got black rifle coffee. Now I'm going to be able to get off these energy drinks." I'm like, first of all, you should just get off energy drinks because they're terrible for you. But second of all, also, so no shade if you drink energy drinks, but also like they're really not good for you. But
do you know what shop that guy you met Brooks at?
I can't say for sure.
Okay.
I don't know if he's still there. It's been a while.
But anyway, that he was talking about it, and I was like, I don't think there's a way to add caffeine to coffee, but
yeah,
unless they're
dripping something to it. What's sad about that is it's 2020, and I recall when I started in coffee like 10 years ago, the talking to someone and this particular person, he was saying like, I was proud of myself because last year I learned how to drink black coffee. And he said it in such a way that it was like, I'm a man now. You know? And so like this machismo like that is associated with coffee, and especially with like black, strong, bold coffee, like it doesn't have a place in specialty coffee anymore, but it still has a marketing appeal to
this masculinity or whatever.
Yeah.
No, give it to me black, like oil, black. And I'm like, I'll give you a good cup of coffee. Like, here you go. Yeah, I really do. I just say, okay. She smelled Black Rifle coffee. She'll let other people have it.
So it's essentially what they're doing is they're dark roasting the coffee and then they're grinding it up fine so that it brews very strong. So all you're doing is just raising the extraction of the coffee. So other coffees have the same amount of stuff in it, but
it's just a different way of getting the
extraction.
They
purposefully prepare it by roasting and grinding it so that when you brew it, it always comes out really strong, and they give you ratios that are really strong. Right. So you're just drinking really strong coffee. You could do the same thing with any cup if you had enough heat and contact time between the water and the beans. Like you could get that extraction out of it.
Yeah, and really we talked about this, but just those factors that when you add water to something, they've prepared it in a way so they roasted it dark and then they ground it really fine for you. What it does is that allows that more of the bean can be exposed to water, and so if it's grittier or not grittier, if it's a larger grind, coarser, that's the word. Thank you. Then it can't extract as much. But if it's really fine, and that's why espresso is typically hyperfine because you're extracting so much into so little.
It literally feels soft, whereas like regular drip coffee feels like sand.
Yes. Yeah. It really. Let's see. What happened? Oh no, you can't. Sometimes on my jeans, you'll see I'll have fine dustings right here where I like brush. I'll like
and then you can wash your hands because you can't touch anywhere on your body.
That's right.
Wash your
yes,
hands.
I wash my hands after I do that.
Like,
right.
Comb my hair back. Go wash my hands, and I like lean over for the sink, and my hair needs to be pushed back again.
Dang it! Get over here. Are y'all praying? Yes, we'll pray. Go ahead and give me your prayer request. I'm gonna pull up Patreon.
Those of you who are on Patreon,
Simeon loves Jesus too, so this is good. It's less awkward this way. Although I think we have done it before with people that have been like, okay.
You don't know where that. Yeah, that's good. Pray for them.
Also, it might be a good experience for them.
Is there a way for me to make instant coffee for people that isn't too terrible? Like when a friend asks for coffee at my house, and I'm like, yikes.
Instant. Okay, there is an instant coffee right now that Oddly Correct has. We have some boxes of it at our.
She's in Australia.
I can send it to you in a gift basket.
There is instant coffee options now that are in the specialty market. I wouldn't say they're great, but it's an option where you just heat up water and drop it in there, and it's just dehydrated coffee. So
and it's just in a bag or a tea bag, or
no, it's
or is it just
usually it's a dissolvable.
It's dissolvable. You just dump it in.
It's like those fizz sticks from Arbonne. You just look. That's what the ones from Wild they look like. You just dump it in. It's actually not terrible. But it is bad, but it's not like
as bad as it could be.
Right.
Yeah.
You go back to all of those volatile aromatics are gone because you have dehydrated the coffee down.
Yes.
So you're only left with non-dissolved solids, essentially.
Look at you knowing about all
dissolvable solids.
All of it. Yes.
So you have You have the lipids and proteins, but none of the aromatics.
Yeah. Evan sent in the prayer request.
Oh, yeah.
Prayer request, I'm going to visit Torchbearers. That was Chris is asking for a job. That God will provide him a job.
Oh, buddy, we'll be praying for you.
Good luck on that.
Yeah. Mariah asked what your thoughts are on the AeroPress. We can pray about that too, Mariah. I'm just kidding. Oh, sorry, Purpose.
We'll pray for you, Mariah.
Do you like the AeroPress or no?
I don't not like it. I don't own one.
I own one. I never used it.
You know what? You did help me though one time when I first started working. I was like, "What do I do with an AeroPress?" And you're like, "Here, well, I'll do it. Let's go get one out." And you had one in the back in the annex. And we pulled it out. And you're just like, this ratio, and we went really fast, and I was very new. And I was like,
guys,
"Yep, I'm gonna
for those OG fam."
Oh, we need a moment of silence.
A moment of silence for.
Oh no!
For the Chemex.
I don't even know how.
This is the vlog Chemex. He was the one we made coffee in almost every day for the vlog. Because honestly, we've given up and we just started brewing
well,
in a boring pot.
Peter McKinnon has upgraded to Clear Waves, so
Clear,
you guys copy everything he does. You may as well.
Calm down. I had this before he did.
Paul shatters the Chemex.
You know I was before. You know I'm triggered. I'm just kidding. No. Somebody sent me literally a link to his video. And I was like, I don't know.
It was Matt DeLuca.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know if you know who this guy is, but every time I watch his stuff, it reminds me of yours. I was like, well, thank you for knowing who was first.
Thank you,
Mariah. The AeroPress is a fantastic way to do a quick cup. The thing is, it's just there's lots of variables that you're doing with that, and so it can come out differently every time.
There's just a million ways to do it.
There's a million.
There's no one right way. So
press F. To pay your respects.
Yes, press F. F's in the chat.
F in the chat.
Oh,
the Chemex though, he's not gonna go away though. We're gonna plant pothos in him.
Yes, I'm gonna plant some plants in him.
What a perfect idea! Except you cannot repot it.
Well, yeah, you can. You just yank him out.
Oh, okay.
And move it around. Plants are pretty sustainable.
Yeah, I guess pothos.
The pothos don't handle anything.
Well, or we might use it for starters. So for those is you would just do water. So you would just have them hanging out in the water for like the first day. This is my Epcot
beauty.
I pulled this shit out of it.
Honestly,
if you got it from Epcot.
It was laying on the ground. It's fine.
It was my one request for Paul to bring me home.
Bring me home a
pothos from other Epcot. I was gonna say something about the AeroPress.
No, you were talking about ratios and the AeroPress and variables.
Yeah, I would say Simeon uses a really what's it called? The one that you use from it's a little expensive, but it's
the pour over.
It's not a pour. It's a drip machine that you use.
Oh, the Bonavita.
The Bonavita, and it will give you a pretty decent cup of coffee.
It does a great job. Yeah.
A good thing to use at home.
Yeah, the Bonavitas are nice brewers for at home.
I use a $15 one from Walmart.
I've been using since I've only been drinking a single cup a day and like 8 ounces. I brew it on a V60 right now. Just a Hario V60 pour over.
My problem is I drink like literally 8 cups of coffee, like 6 cups of coffee.
Yeah, which I used to do. So I used to brew.
So I just brew it in a pot over there.
10 cups and I would just drink.
Yes.
Yeah,
and it's a problem. My anxiety spikes.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
It's not really good.
It's more than 80.
Yes. Yeah, that's much more.
Yeah. I need. So that's why I should go back to like
pray for us.
Pray for us. Pray for us. We're junkies. Rose said, let's pray for Becky that she always makes great coffee.
Yes.
Genius. I'm gonna have to try that with my plants. Yeah, Annie.
She says, Annie says, genius, I might have to try that with my plants.
Take it.
Really though, honestly, that is a huge thing. A lot of plants can actually do. Are you talking about? I hope Annie's talking about the rooting system of plants, but a lot of plants will root faster if you leave them in a little bit of water for a week or two. As soon as you start seeing a little bit of roots, throw them in soil, and they'll adapt just fine.
And here's the situation with pothos. Pothos, if you leave them too long, will have trouble adapting to dirt, to soil.
Yes,
they will have a hard time.
We've never actually attempted to. I've just heard that. We have one. Oh, we had one that lived in water for years. 2 years, I think.
We could just slowly start adding soil to that water.
You could. Oh, adaptation.
Simeon
Jones.
No,
it was
what to say.
Just be gentle with them and give them time to adjust. Just like baristas.
Yes.
Just a little resistance to change, but if you give them time, they'll come around.
They'll come around, slow but sure. V60s are my favorite. I don't know for some reason, but I use my Chemex for my morning coffee. That's a good one though. I miss a good cup.
Yeah,
a good
she knows.
Annie
knows.
Annie has several sitting around.
Hey, I was gonna give you guys.
Annie, do you want any?
No, she doesn't.
I'll get you some aloe vera. We have so much aloe vera right now.
It's cutie.
It's good for burns.
Yeah, well, I don't have.
Yeah, but if you burn yourself all the time on coffee.
I don't.
Yeah,
It's actually not a thing.
I'm impervious.
I'm impervious to burns. I told somebody the other day that they asked me about, oh gosh, what was it? It was somebody in the drive-thru, and I was like, I don't know. I guess I don't feel it anymore. they were like, you don't feel it anymore. I'm like, I mean, yeah, like you.
Paula's mood.
Paula's mood.
I don't feel it anymore.
She says, yes, I do. Yes. Well, we'll pray for Annie to get some more plants, and we'll try to aid her in. Sorry, Simeon. Anyway, any more prayer requests? Yikes, we're not doing this very good.
Hannah says that aloe is good for the skin and also for the soul.
Oh, Simeon, you need some of that.
Soul. Mariah's prayers. She's got a
Say
long
about my
weekend
soul.
ahead of her. Pray for productivity and energy.
3 right there.
I've been tired physically and mentally. I got you, girl.
Annie has some aloe though.
She has. She said it died.
She said it died when it turned cold.
She has more aloe.
She was like, yes, one of them.
Take them to a split log. They grow really well in the split log because at Strawberry Hill, our humidity is like 75%.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yes, it's so humid.
It's so humid in there.
But I love
that good skin, you know?
Yeah. It is great though. Like the windows get all fogged up though, and it's like so weird when you look. It's just like okay.
I get notifications by email like, "Hey, your humidity's at 100% overnight," because it automatically turns down the heater and never kicks on, and so the humidity just stays up really high.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Lies. Okay, I don't have that many prayer requests, but you guys know that I lift you guys up every week, regardless of prayer requests. What day is today? It is the 18th. Yikes. So I'll go ahead and lift you guys up regardless of prayer requests, but
let me just grab your phone real quick.
feel free to leave more, but honestly, I'm going to lift you guys all up anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and pray, and then, or Paul, do you want to open?
Sure.
And then I'll pray, and then we'll have Simeon give us a little closer out. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Heavenly Father God, I thank you for today. I thank you for Simeon and just his willingness to come on and talk about his journey and his story with coffee and a story with Annie. Just all the stories I just have enjoyed hearing about his life. God, so thank you for him. Thank you for his willingness to come here and to invest in Luke and I's lives across the board in so many ways and areas. God, I pray that you'll just bless him and Annie and their future together, the future of the shops and everything that has to go into that. I pray that you'll give Simeon peace as just managing it can be really difficult sometimes. So I pray for that. Thank you for this group of people that hung out with us today. God, we had some new faces, some old regulars, and I just want to thank you for the friendships that have been developed over the years here on YouTube. And I just want to thank you for that for them. I just pray that you'll bless each and every one of them, wrap your loving arms around them if they're going through whatever they're going through, God, whether that be anxiety, depression, just trying to find a job. God, you know where they're at, you know what's going on in their world, and I just pray that you'll bless it. In your name I pray. Father God, I thank you for this day. I want to pray for Evan as he's going to check out Torchbearers Bible College in Colorado next week, and he's super excited. Just give him peace with it for his nerves, and I've had a really good experience. I loved visiting Bible colleges when I was in high school, and so I just pray that he'll have a similar experience to what I had when I was doing the same. Pray for Chris as he's looking for a job. I know that you are the provider, and that you'll open the right doors. I pray that you'll put him in a job that he really enjoys, and that you'll really open the right doors for him, God. Pray for Hannah with peace inside her family. I just know that it can be, it can just be really stressful for her and her family, and just be with them as they traverse any kind of weird things that are going on right now. I also pray for Rose, not Rose. Well, pray for Rose as well. You know, I don't know what's going on exactly, but her and Ben. But also pray that Becky will always make great coffee. Also, I want to pray for Becky and whatever's going on. Pray for Mariah. And how she's not been feeling like the great physically and mentally. Pray that you'll be with her, give her energy and productivity. She has a lot going on this weekend. Thank you so much for allowing Simeon to
for the random. Well, thank you for Mariah for telling me about the job at Split Log so that I could get out of my terrible corporate job, and that I was able to interview, and that Simeon was able to see through my awkward little interview face, and just thank you so much for him and the impact that he's had on my life. God, Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Dear God, thank you so much for these two men, and just for continuing to be a light for you in the platform that you've put them in, and I'm just so encouraged by that, and I'm so thankful that while I plan the route that I will go, you know where my feet will fall and what paths I will take, and so I could not have seen this, but you have brought me here, and I just thank you for that, and for them, and God, we praise you for you are worthy. We thank you for your Son and his sacrifice, by who we can even come to you and approach the throne, and let's just rest in that, God. Just instill in our hearts that your love for us has overcome, and we just give you thanks for all of that. In your name, amen.
Amen.
And there's
out. I know.
Yes.
Strong. All right.
That got me all fired up.
I'm all fired up. Guys, thanks so much for joining us today. Again, if you haven't already, Simeon's links are all in the description. So you can go subscribe to his YouTube channel, and also follow him on Instagram is what I put up there.
Instagram?
Do you have a Twitter or anything?
I've been trying to get my Twitter going. But I don't know how active people are on that anymore. I kind of
Twitter is like a weird world for me. I don't fully get it. I like to be on it and like to interact on it, but I don't tweet.
I'm out there. I think all of my handles are the same. Simbricks on any platform. So
sometimes I call him Simbricks, or I
abbreviate
your name to Sim.
Go watch his most recent video. That's what we're gonna do.
Now.
We have also Luke's first latte art competition. Or latte throwdown, not competition.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
He's not competing.
Stop.
But a throwdown.
Not yet.
His first experience with a throwdown goes live tomorrow. So it's already done. It's already scheduled. So you don't even have to worry about me actually remembering. It's already to be remembered.
I need to snipe some of that footage from you guys.
Yeah, I can. I have way too much. I couldn't use half.
Actually, we did talk about we should make some kind of snippet for. It's kind of late now.
Oh, we're gonna later. I've got enough.
Yeah, he's looking at it on my plate. But yeah, so that'll go up tomorrow, and then we had some friends in town over the weekend, and I'm finishing up that vlog, and it will go up next week. So that's what's happening in our worlds, and you just posted one tonight.
Posted one tonight.
Yeah, tonight. So go check it out.
There's fresh stuff.
Go show him some love and tell him that you came from here.
What is the video that you posted? Hold on.
So that
which one? What was it called?
It's roast ratings. It's I spent a day with roast ratings, and I drank coffee for 6 hours straight.
That's exciting.
And it was wonderful.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's different. I had an idea.
You tried something
I had an idea. I went for it, and I don't hate it. So,
hey,
we'll
that
see.
is the first step.
Growth.
We'll see. I mean, it's all experimenting right now and trying to figure out.
I know we're going late, y'all, so you can leave.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know do you ever go back and watch your old videos and enjoy it? Have you done that yet?
No.
You've never enjoyed it?
Well, I've never gone back.
Okay. Oh, you've never looked back.
I'm moving.
He's pushing forward.
See,
yeah.
What's weird is I can still go back to any video I've ever made, and yes, I will cringe at things that I think I made mistakes in. Mm-hmm. But I still find enjoyment in the creating that I've done.
I think there's I guess there's some I could probably like most of them. Most of them don't feature me heavily.
Sure.
I don't like to watch myself.
I love watching you. So.
Yeah, you really do a really good job.
Yeah, more like the latte art stuff. I just learned so much in that, and you telling your story about the competitions. I was trying to explain it to somebody, but then I didn't have all the details quite right, and I was like, ignore it. Just go watch the video.
These are also this one, man.
That one was the latte art champion gives you some advice while
you're cleaning your house.
That was like a quick idea. I filmed it super fast. Yeah, and then I had some ideas to add little snippets in there that we filmed the next day at work, like really quickly, but like the audio was pretty poor, so it's kind of a bummer. So I felt like that was a real miss, but it was also me like
trying something new.
It was doing something that I wouldn't normally do, which was like just shoot it, edit it, and post it.
Regardless of how perfect
it's not going to be perfect. Just do
that.
Just do it.
And do it often.
Yeah, and
so... Take a day and just do it. Like even if you're busy, even if you're doing a bunch of stuff, use those things to force you into a mold that isn't natural. And what that does, at least what that did in my brain, especially with the vlogging, was that like it pushed me to tell a story that I didn't even know I was telling. Yeah. And Casey and I said, we were just recently listening to him on a podcast, and he talked about how he's like, I could never relinquish the edit of a vlog because when I filmed the vlog, I didn't know what that story was yet. And so like when you sculpt it in editing, he's like I can't give that to somebody else because I have to. I got to tell a story, and I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
And so like I felt that like that was like huge for me. Yo, sorry, we got off on it. We prayed and we got on a tangent
about vlogging. Anyway, regardless,
they're still here. They're enjoying it.
Yeah, that's right.
If you haven't yet, go subscribe to Simeon. You say in a video, I'm not sure which one it is, but you talk about some of the things that you're interested in maybe making videos about, and I think that all of them were for me. I was like, oh, this is on brand. Like I was like, this is so exciting. And I actually had questions that I was like, there's no way we're gonna get to that.
I know.
But
I mean,
I wanted to ask you about starting opening a shop. You had the investors, but then or the owners, but then you were the one who kind of came in and did a lot of that. And I wanted to talk more about that, but maybe I'll let you have a video.
We didn't even get there. We didn't even get to Split Log. We just got to the roastery.
Yeah,
we didn't even get to where now.
We didn't get to pre-seed the 3 months.
There's 3 coffees between the roastery and Split Log.
I didn't know about any of that.
I was at Key for 2 months, and I was at pre-seed for 2 or 3 months.
And then you went to North Carolina.
But I was in Virginia.
Virginia
for a year, yeah.
And coffee at all there?
And I did coffee for 3 months there. Okay. It was unfortunate because the coffee position that I wanted wasn't available when I first applied, and then when it was available, I was about to leave for 18 days. So I waited until after that, and then, I started and then I left for a long time. It was a funny period, and that was a really funny transition from being in Richmond, Virginia, to moving back here because there's some really funny things that happened.
I'm so curious
in that 4 months.
Well, in part two, you'll have to come back, and because I'm now very, very curious about all of this. You guys need a part 2.
Yeah. What a tease.
I don't know if we have time. I don't know if it'll work out next week, but we will try to get it on the books. We'll only be okay with one sequel to anything, and it'll be a sequel to this stream. On that period.
There you go.
Okay. Well, guys, thanks so much again for hanging out with us. We sure appreciated Simeon for coming out and
thank you guys.
Yeah,
it was fun.
So much fun.
Please.
But yeah, we'll see you in another video tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Luke's first ever. Yeah, tune in to figure out how he did.
But I will say for you guys, the few of you who are on, you'll see that I'm gonna tell you something. I was real disappointed in how this turned out. Not because of the way that we edited the video, but more.
I was gonna say
more.
I edited that video.
But more in the fact that we didn't get shots of my actual final pours. We were always so distracted with my reaction. Paul was filming me getting hugged by all my coworkers, and instead we didn't actually get a final pour picture. So I'll talk about things that you won't actually see.
Yeah.
That's a little bit annoying.
We should have recreated it in the cafe and then just filmed it.
Yeah, film it real tight at night. See, but the thing is, the thing about that whole situation, Luke, is we weren't filming for a video.
That's true.
We were literally filming B-roll, and by the end, I was like, we don't need any more shots of coffee. I have plenty of shots of coffee. I don't need any more. Yeah. So that was my thought.
No,
but yes, fine. But I agree now. When I was editing, I was very frustrated with myself. I'm sure you feel when you're like editing something and you're like, dang it, I didn't get that.
Didn't get that.
Dang it.
Yeah.
No, I kind of like that because it's like, okay, well now how do I work around?
Yes.
How do I still tell the story?
Let me
like minus that feature.
Minus that feature.
Or and how can I creatively tell something that is missing?
Yeah.
And then I also found out that like things that I like when I vlogged, I always wanted things to connect. Like I wanted there to be like it's like when I tell a story, sometimes I leave in too many details because I want everyone to know like the points of the story that all are very important to me, but it's not necessary.
Yeah.
So it's like, so with some of that stuff, I had to remember that when I'm filmmaking, people can
we were doing this video and he's working on getting this video edited about this last weekend, and in the middle of that, I said, I hate vlogs that we just say, now we're doing this, and now we're doing this, and Paul goes, oh, yeah, and then the rest of the video, he just was trying to get these like snippets of people's like voices saying funny things, and it turned out to look really,
it was so
really
good.
And
Yeah,
I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. And Paul goes, yeah, but I took a whole lot less B-roll because I was trying to get people's voices. And
so I wasn't like doing slow-mo. I wasn't like going.
And I said, yeah, I still think it actually made it better, and it made it flow better. Like it's not.
I also remember to film when we were at places. A lot of times I'll film like an introduction at tight, medium, and wide at the place, and then I forget about the camera because I want to experience the moments. But I also
That's good.
But I also like when I'm done, I want those moments in the video. You know, those are the moments that are.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up.
Sorry.
Anyway, guys,
sorry.
We'll talk to you guys on another one tomorrow. Dun, dun,
Okay, bye.